It's 5 o'clock and you're off the call with B. Scott. Today we got Michael Shockley, Daryl Moore, and Tim Scott. And we're doing something a little different here, all right? It's episode 70. So what we're going to do is we put a post on the Arkansas Tiller handle page to call in about setup questions. We're talking about boats here. So, you know, everybody knows the different models we make. Some people might not know, but they're all different to some degree, and they require different setups to achieve different things. And a lot of people are confused and don't know about them. So what we're going to do is we're going to answer questions, we're going to take calls, and we're going to hopefully get as much lined out as we can. Now, obviously, it's something we're going to do a little bit more of because it just goes so deep. There's so much to it, and we can't possibly cover it in one episode. So please smash the like button if you like and enjoy this information, and we'll make sure to do more of it. But before we get into it, make sure you check out the gear shop and hit the like, hit the subscribe button, guys. We're at 3,300. That's huge, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So we're going to keep going, and really, let's get right into it. So what we're doing today, guys.
I think it gives somebody it would give somebody some courage to call. Like they've seen somebody else.
All right, so what we're doing, guys, what we're doing here is we're going to talk about boats. We're going to talk about setups. And we put in the Arkansas Tiller handle page that, hey, y'all can call in during this podcast and ask questions. So we're going to talk about the difference between the VJSTs, the RDBSTs, what they're designed for, and really performance setup. Because a lot of people don't understand how it works or what model is right for them. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, we might get interrupted by, you know, people calling in and asking questions. I hope a whole bunch of people call. What do you think? You think a lot of people are going to call, Dad?
I don't know. I don't think so. I hope they do, but I think it's a lot easier to text on your telephone than actually talk in person.
And this is a page that has a lot of haters in it.
It has a lot of haters. We invite the haters, of course, but you know, it's a lot different talking shit on the internet than actually calling somebody and talking shit to them on their, you know,
especially on the podcast.
On the podcast, but I'm looking forward to it, you know. But
finding out who.
I think last night, I mean, a lot of this drummed up from last night. There was a Tiller post between, who was it, Shockley?
Evan Yukon Denali, or I can't pronounce his last name.
All right, so I didn't know who this guy was, and you know, and I was reading all this stuff, and they're talking about don't need 10 inches of this, don't need 10 inches of that, whatever. Of course, you see on Facebook all the time these people that, I mean, they just think they know everything.
You know him. He races the class at the races.
You're right. And after talking to the guy, I was thinking last night, I thought, here goes another guy. You know, I didn't recognize his name. Well, I PM'd him. I said, hey, man, shoot me a text message. I'd like to talk to you. Well, when he shot me a message, hell, I had his number on my phone. I talked to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I talked to him several times. You know,
he's a pretty good guy.
He's a good guy. And after I talked to him, I said, shit, I didn't know that was you, man. What's up? You know? And he after talking to him on the phone, you could definitely tell he really pays attention to detail. He knows what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, he does.
You know, but there is a little bit misleading, you know. You talk to a guy, you know, you talk about a racer that will put a boat on the track for 660 feet. That's a different mindset than 98% of the public that buys their boats.
It is.
Right. I think a guy that puts a boat on the 660 track, that's only 2%.
Yeah.
And if we were building boats just for those people, we'd be out of business.
Right.
I agree.
So, you know, I think his point of view of setting a boat up is still, yes, it may be correct for what he's doing, but for the everyday Joe Blow that buys a boat, that's not what he needs to do.
And especially, you know, like with his setup, most people that are going to have a VJST, it's more of a utility boat, do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Our RDBSTs and our Mod 40s are designed for performance. So if you start with a VJST frame and you're looking to get performance out of it that's on the same level with like a Mod 40 or something, you're not going to get it done with 6 inches setback.
No, you're not.
Just because the hull is not designed for that.
Not with the factory hull. Now, if you go cutting and doing this, doing that, you can't. There's a guy in South Carolina whooped some ass with a VJ at the races.
Yeah, he did.
But for your 98% of the people, somebody calls in, we're not going to set your boat up like that.
If you roll around the river and you got a VJST, you know, you got a girl, an ice chest, a dog, whatever, a couple chairs, you know, 6 inch setback, it's not going to be enough.
No.
Because there's too much weight. There's not enough, more likely not enough power. Now, you could argue if you put, you know, a souped up two-stroke on the back that's screaming and you had the right weight ratio, you might could do it with 6 inches, but I still think it'd be pretty hard.
I just set a buddy of mine's up not long ago with a 150 motor on it, Cuz motor, a strong motor, and it still took 10 inches of setback to get it run right.
You know, what a lot of people don't understand though, even if you got a strong motor and a big prop, big bladed prop, whatever, and you're holding enough water to pick that front end up, when that thing blows out, it's violent.
Oh yeah, you're gonna know.
So, I tell people all the time. I mean, you go out there and you can buy $6,000 worth of mud tires, right? And they're good quality tires. You spend $6,000. Well, take 25 cents of weights off of it.
See how good them tires are.
See how good those tires are. So I think a lot of people don't understand that because you're toting the nose, you're holding that nose up with your horsepower, you're actually robbing horsepower from your prop. And when that thing blows out, when that prop loses that water pressure and that rake hits that water, it's going to hook up. An 8-degree hole is not forgiving when it comes to that.
It's not designed for that.
It's not. It's not. We go duck hunting, we go deer hunting, and when I go deer hunting, especially on hunting public water, deer hunting, I like a VJ. I like. And a lot of people don't understand the difference between the models. You got a heavy duty MSTC, you got an RDBST, you got Mod 40, you got the Marsh Runner, whatever. Then you got the lightweight VJs. Well, you could pile that boat full of shit, right? Mm-hmm. So you take a 1756 VJ, and by Coast Guard you fill the boat full of water. How many gallons it is to fill it? It's what that boat maximum capacity. You divide it by 5, right? So you take that same boat. And then this one's a lot heavier, and that boat's twice as heavy as that VJ. It's literally going to carry less weight. The heavier boat's going to carry less weight. So there's actually a purpose between the weights of the boats. And I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
You could pile the weight in the VJ, and she'll carry the load. You can't pile the weight into an MSTC because she's built to take the beating.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a total different pivot point.
It's totally different. Just for setup, I'm just talking about load capacity.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the lighter the boats will carry the heavier load. It's a lot deeper than that. A lot of people don't understand that. The pivot point of the boat, the balancing point of the boat, is way different.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's explain like a setup from start to finish. Let's take like a 1653 VJST for example. Say a 50 horsepower 4-stroke. Because most people, that's what they're going to have nowadays. Let's build that setup so that everybody can kind of see how we would do it from the start. And we're talking about like a regular built boat. You got a gun tray, you got a mid-deck top hatch for hunting. Say you're going to be carrying a little bit of gear. Not crazy, but just a little bit of gear. Let's start from the get-go. All right, so you got the 50 horsepower Tatsu, whatever, right? If I was duck hunting out of it, and I knew I was going to have some gear, and I wasn't worried about, toting the nose on the sandbar, I would go with like a 6-inch
setback.
Hydraulic jack plate, so I can get the motor up and out if I need to, and I will be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because what that's going to allow you to do is you're going to be able to come out of the hole good. You're going to have adjustment with the jack plate. You're going to be able to jack it up and run shallow. Mm-hmm.
If anything, maybe some wedges, positive wedges.
Right.
If you need more trim.
That's what it usually comes down to. It's just the amount of trim you actually have. And take that boat right there. And if you were to take that boat and the way it ran, it would run good in the hunting season, be able to turn real well. It'd clean up and ride. But then you take that boat and you want to go to the sandbar, I would think the only thing other than maybe a prop that you need to change would be the jack plate. Add more setback.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Just to help leverage it and clean it up more.
And I would say 75% of the people would just change the prop and be happy with it.
Oh, you know why they change the prop?
Because TikTok,
it's easy.
It's the easiest thing to change.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing to change.
It's also the easiest thing to blame.
Yes.
No, what I was saying is the people it's got their hunt set up for hunting, and they want to go a little bit faster in the summertime, of course. Just change your prop.
Yeah.
But it's the ones that I'm getting the most calls about that's wanting to float the nose like you see on TikTok.
Unknown caller.
All right, we're getting a call. We're getting a call.
Random caller. Here
All right, go ahead and answer it. Hey, you're on. It's Off the Clock with B. Scott. I got Shockley, Dad, and Daryl with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Oh, this is Evan Uhas, and I'm just calling. I've been talking with Mr. Tim and Michael on Facebook.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
How do you say your last name again?
U-Haws.
Okay.
Yeah, you fucked that up.
I called you Yukon Denali. I didn't know.
I knew that wasn't right. You know. Man, I'll just tell them, earlier in the podcast I was talking about you. I said, I didn't realize that was you that I was talking to last year. But, man, explain to everybody what that post was about and tell everybody what you race and what makes your boat special.
Right. So that post was just kind of not directed at Havoc or directed at any certain individual, anything like that. That was more of a post that if you spend the time and the effort and the energy and whatnot, you can make a boat perform in a way that you would like it to. So for me, what I really try and aim for is I've set up probably about 25 to 30 boats for people now. What I try to aim for is I bought a Havoc because I want a boat that I can use, whether it be duck hunting, racing, at the sandbar, whatever. The most broad boat I can find basically was a big reason that it pulled to me. And I like to hunt, and I believe a boat leaves better and turns night and day different with 6 versus 10. And so I try to get, because a lot of my customers hunt, I'm from North Louisiana. We're about an hour south of Fessenthal and pretty close to Upper. And so there's a lot of guys that hunt that, the timber, quick turning, quick tight stuff like that, and so I try and get the boats to run with 6, just so they're able to dart and turn on a dime a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And so that was just, like I said earlier, just say, hey, if you spend the time and the effort and do your research and talk to people, that you can figure out how to make them perform in a way that'll suit your needs, basically.
Not only just talking, but talking to the right people.
Yeah.
There's just so much more bad information out there. But, you go back in history. A lot of people don't know this, but you go back in history when we built the edge boats. Right, and we're putting we're putting 10-inch Magnum jack plates on the back to kind of weight the weight back to get the nose up in there. That's the reason why the Mod 40, and that's the reason why the Mod 40 and the Marsh Runners and all these performance holes were developed because of that problem. To me, that was a problem. Yeah. And a lot of people don't see it as that, but we're in a manufacturing business. That's what we do, and it was a problem. Just like you said, Evans, in your comment, that that closer to the motor, the harder the boat turns, whole shot's better.
And that's absolutely right.
It's 100% right.
It is.
Why do you think B. Scott spanked everybody's ass with 2 inches of setback on the Mod 40?
It's that whole shot.
We knew that boat didn't need setback, and a lot of people want to put setback on it. But unfortunately, when you buy the cheap Havocs, the VJs are inexpensive Havocs. I mean, they're the entry-level Havoc boats. Mm-hmm. And they're the cheapest of the lineup, and when you purchase that boat, you do have to spend $2,000, $2,500 more dollars to get the boat to tote the nose because it's not designed that way.
Because they'll see that post and they'll say, okay, 6 inches setback is what I need to have it running like that, but they don't understand how much time it took on every other aspect of the rig, like the prop and everything else you got going on.
So Evans, I mean, how much weight did you take out of your boat to compete on the 660?
Repeat that one more time. We're cutting out pretty bad on this phone call.
How much weight did you have to take out of your boat? Did you take any weight out of your boat when you race?
Yes, sir. So for the first year and a half, I left the boat stock. I race at the personal hole that I own is a 656. And so for the club that we've been racing the past couple of years, the Tohatsu only has to weigh 900 pounds. Well, when you got a 200-pound motor, a 200-pound dude, and a 656, it's pretty hard to get down to that 900 range,
So what did you do to your boat?
So I cut the front deck out of it and had Fab Shop, Pin Oak, and Little Rock actually make it like a removable deck adventure series boat.
I got you.
And so it suits me for more than just racing. All my buddies run Mercs. I'm the 4-stroke guy in the group, and so usually when we're hunting, I'm usually hauling the gear, because I ain't gonna line up with a 130-pound Merc that will smoke me night and day, And so when I have all that floor space in that room in that boat, it makes it not only good for me, but just the betterment of our group when we're hunting and stuff like that. But that boat also ran, like the picture that I posted on Facebook, the one that has the reason this podcast is happening right now and the call and everything, I would venture to say is a big reason. That boat in that picture and in that video was stock. It had all the hatch lids on it. The floor was in it. It just had a 6-inch kick and jack on there. It had a couple washers, I think 3 washers stacked on the bottom to give me a little bit more positive trim. But there wasn't any like 2-degree wedges or anything like that. The only reason I really cut the boat up to make it lighter is I hate to lose. And we went to the second Zona race in 24, and there was a boy that kind of blew my doors down, which was new because I had kind of done really well in that class the year before. And so I went to the drawing board. What can I do by myself to make this boat get faster in the track? And so that's where that idea of that came in.
Let me ask you this. Why didn't you just buy a Mod 40?
I love a 16-foot boat.
I got you.
And so that was the big reason. I was in school.
So
at
you're
the time.
trying to build a race boat out of something you can hunt with.
Yeah.
Right.
And you just like the 16-foot.
Yeah, I like the way a 16 handles. Just for everything, I like to fish. I like to hunt. I like the sandbar race. And for a while, that 16-foot boat did well in the 4-stroke class. It competed with some of your more performance holes. I have videos of me actually beating Mod 40s and RDBSTs in the track, just because, not because my boat is better than another boat or anything like that. I just had more time and effort and props and whatnot than other people, and
I get it.
Now that I'm getting into the 2-stroke game, I'm not building. I have Colby McNabb is a good buddy of mine, and he builds me and Luke's race stuff and whatnot. And now that I've kind of seen how I ran a Merc on my VJ, and it did great. It sprayed off the back exactly like it was supposed to, kind of like how me and you talked earlier on the phone this morning, that I'm not so worried about putting the nose 10 feet in the air, rather that I want the boat to get out the water correctly and spray off the back of the pods like it was designed to do.
A lot of people don't understand that. It looks cool on TikTok and stuff, but you can have those way up in there. But you start you start burying that transom, it's just gonna take a beating over time.
And most of the calls I get, that's what people are wanting.
And the boats are slow as shit. Yeah, but it looks good. You know what I'm saying?
It looks cool.
But I said in my comment last night, I said if you go knee boarding, hang your ass off the back of the knee board. Right?
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel the next day.
Yeah.
The object of knee boarding is stay on top of the board, stay on top of the water, and be fast. You start dragging that ass, and something's gonna give up.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way it is.
But man, we're getting some more phone calls. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
You obviously know what you're doing, and we appreciate what you're doing for us. And if you can help us get these people lined out on Facebook on how to set up a boat, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yes, sir.
All right,
if you help us out, we'll definitely help you out in the future.
Yeah, no kid, man. Help us help you.
Yeah. Right. I just want everybody to be happy with what they bought. I've been happy with my boat, and I know if something were to happen, I could drive up to Fordyce any day of the week and it'd get lined out,
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
I want the other customers to feel the same way about the rig that they spend their hard-earned money that they work for, and so.
That's right. I agree 100%.
We appreciate it.
I do have one question though, Evan. On that post you had last night, what prop was was you running a stock prop, or was that prop worked?
So that was a out-the-box stock SRD4 prop. It was a 15 pitch. So yes, 4-blade is going to naturally lift more, especially with an 11 1/4. And Shockley
get a lot of tiller torque
made a comment saying that it looked really high. Well, yeah, I have a calf plate on my motor too, so I can run it even higher than per se normally, So that thing was jacked up at, I don't know, 4.5, 5 inches. That was 2 years ago, video.
I mean, nobody really knows that. And that's what you got to understand, that only 2% of the people would know that. The other 98% don't know that.
And a lot of people just look at that and think nothing more than just, I need 6 inches and a 4-stroke.
No, you need 10 inches. For 98% of the people that buy a VJ that wants to tilt the nose, they're going to have a 10-inch Magnum heavy.
Because they're probably going to have a regular prop, YBS or something.
They're not going to run a 4-blade. They're going to run a You know what? I got $100 says, you ask somebody what prop they run, the first thing they say is a Chinese YBS.
Oh, yeah.
I get it every day. I get a phone call.
It's a thing now.
I'm like, would you just throw that damn thing away? I'm tired of hearing about it. It's a crappy prop I've ever seen.
The thing is, we sell the YBS to real YBS just for the same price as that.
But nobody gets on the gear shop and sees.
The same price of real YBS on the gear shop is
every time somebody tells me.
You can't find it nowhere cheaper than here.
If you're spending $10,000 on a boat and then $2,000 on the trailer and 6 to 7 on a motor, depending on what you get. Why are you limiting yourself to a $250 prop?
Hey, you know what's even crazier?
Exactly.
You know what's even crazier than that? They'll buy
So-
a motor that's an antique, basically, right?
Pretty much.
It's basically
Yes,
an
sir.
antique motor, right? They'll put all
And
this,
then
they'll put all this money in the damn thing. Then they get pissed off
Right.
at me when I say flip the boat upside down and work the bottom of the boat.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like,
and then
what's the difference
I think-
of working the bottom of the boat to buying an antique motor and then putting $5,000 in it? It makes no sense. Now I'm the fucking bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
Yep. I
That's
know it.
crazy.
Well, Evan, we appreciate you calling in. We got some people calling in now, and we'll
Sounds good.
thanks for calling. And
Yes, sir.
I
talk to
appreciate
you.
you, man.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So we
So-
just gonna, the calls we had, we won't call them back.
yeah, can you try calling one back?
Is
We
there-
had like 3 people call in while we were on the phone with Evan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any names popping up? Just numbers?
Just call him back. See what
But you know, you gotta take that in consideration, though. You know, he's spent hours and hours setting up his boat to be able
Oh,
to
yeah.
be able to do both, to be able to hunt and
But
kind of
he-
race out of
but
it.
he's
that's-
doing it for other people,
But that's what's the magic about him.
Yes,
That's what's special about him.
most people don't do that.
He understands.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a blessing to talk to people like that because he understands. I talked to him this morning, had a great conversation with him. I said, man, you're a blessing. You know, because, man, you'll get on the phone with some people and they just will not listen.
They just want to blame you.
You know?
It's your boat. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Just like our guy up north that he was bound and determined that his turn downs was too violent.
We're not going to mention that. Don't bring
I
that
ain't
up.
bringing a name.
That's probably, I've been building boats for 27, 28 years, and he's on top
I'm not gonna
5
bring up
worst
his name
customers
either.
ever.
But he's still calling to this day wanting to set up advice.
I would
Yeah,
block his
here's-
number.
And I found out that he had them turn downs cut off.
Yeah.
And
well,
guess
that's your
what?
problem.
It's still running the exact same speed it was before.
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
I
it.
try to
either.
help that
That's
guy.
that's a broken road there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we got Daniel Simpson here. We're about to call back.
Oh,
He's
great.
on the call.
DT.
Oh my god!
wait, all right. This is awesome.
Mr. LCA.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember this guy.
Yeah, DT Simpson.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Did he go back into work?
He could have.
Or he might be working.
That's a tough thing about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Not everybody gets to do this for a living.
I want to say he's in the refinery, but I'm not real sure.
I'm sorry, the person
Yeah, he works.
You know, he squeezed out on a break or something.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
I'm gonna hit this call real quick.
So I called just to call. No, they didn't answer, so I'm good.
No, he'll talk. He'll call back.
Yeah, he will.
So let's talk about.
What about the next one is Shirley Baker.
Shirley Baker.
I don't know who that is.
What area code?
It is a 912.
I like it.
Let's call him back. I don't know where that's from.
All right, let's do
That
it.
seems wild.
Go for it.
do it?
Yeah, B Scott's like, oh shit. B Scott's like, yeah, you owe us this amount of money.
Hey, you have a ticket.
Do it.
Hey, this is under
We're going to figure out how to get this thing live.
Hello?
Hello, you're on Off the Clock with B Scott. I got Tim Scott, Michael Shockley, and Daryl Moore with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
What's going on?
Not much, man. What's going on with you, dude?
Not much. I saw y'all put it in the Facebook group there, and I just had a question. I got a 1553 RDBST,
All right.
and right now it's just a stock mega. All I got is Boyce and Reed's and TLDI head gasket.
All right.
But I'm sitting at, like, on a good day, I'll get 39.40. And I had a question about the hopping. My buddy said he asked one of y'all, and he said something about laying a bead on the back.
What kind of setup do you have on the boat?
It's just, I got a 6-inch Vance kick and jack,
Yeah.
So you have
and
6
right now
inch.
I'm just running a soulless 13-pitch prop.
Well, that's
a lot of
one of
your
your problems.
That's my
First
most of it.
problem.
First problem. Get rid of that thing.
Yeah. You said what pitch was it?
13. It's way
Yeah.
too
Oh
small.
wow, that's
Hell
way
yeah.
too small. You're banging
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I
I would say what's probably happening is your motor's just the props maxed out,
Yeah, it's doing all it can do.
and it just can't
Lift
keep
the boat.
pushing through to hold the boat up.
Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't keep your boat balanced, and it just keeps falling. Your
Yeah.
prop slipping. You're probably trying to run the motor higher than you should, probably. Yeah, you need to go back to the drawing board on the prop. You know, I would suggest something like a turbo or a vengeance or something like that around your prop. You could try a YBS. I think a YBS is good for duck hunting.
They're just a good.
I bought a 16 pitch YBS, but I don't think that's a YBS that I bought because it wasn't riding good when I put it on.
No, it's probably a little too much.
Yeah.
I think once you get your mega rebuilt, Cuz does a really good job on megas, but you get good strong mega. I mean, she's gonna run 53, 55.
Yeah.
With the right builder.
And I think the hopping's definitely prop related as far as just not enough power to hold it
Stock
up.
mega should be 45 all day.
Yeah, he said it was stocked with just some bolt-ons, right?
Yeah, just bolt-on
It's
mods.
gonna be. It should be.
His
45.
biggest problem is a prop
Yeah.
situation.
I think so.
You need to get a good, you need to get a good prop, man.
For sure. I think that's it. What else? Anything else you got going on with it?
That's really about it. I got a calf plate, which I know that helps. But also I got 50 cogs for it, but they didn't come with O-rings, so now I'm waiting.
What do you have in the front of the boat? Do you have a bunch of weight in the front of the boat?
No, just a VP can, and I mean speakers, but speakers don't weigh. But
Well, let me ask you about the hop. Is it a fast? Is it a fast hop or is it like a slow, drawn out hop?
that's a pretty quick hop.
Yeah.
You're just out of balance, man. You're out of balance. Your prop and my balance. So when you look at a boat's like it's a lot like a seesaw. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you weigh 100 pounds and the person you're picking up weighs 200 pounds. Can you physically pick up the 200 pounds? You can't. There's only one way to do it. You got to extend your side of the seesaw.
Yeah.
So boats are that way too. You got to get the boat balanced right. And the way I like to do it is balancing the tongue weight of the boat. And what I do is I take a bathroom scale and get you a stick or something, put it under the tongue and weigh your boat. Put like if you weigh 200 pounds, put 200 pounds on the driver's side, whatever it is. Weigh your nose weight and work from there. Because let's say your nose weight's 150 pounds or so. You need to really get it lighter. I mean, our RDB drags back in the day had 13 pounds on the bow.
Yeah. That's why they would tote it so good.
It sounds funny to say, but you need a lot of weight in the very, very back of your boat.
And it's not weight in the back of the boat that's concerning. It's the weight behind the transom. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people call me and they say, hey, let's move weight from the front to the back, or I added weight to the front to get the porpoising. Well, all you did was add weight.
And it made the porpoising worse.
It just made it worse. You have to take weight out of your boat and put weight in certain places in your boat. And further away from the balancing point of the boat is going to work the most. Does that make sense?
So basically what he's saying is, so with your Mega, it's a lighter motor, right? And you're running on 6 inches, which isn't a whole lot of leverage. So it's harder to get that weight further back on the balance point with a Mega than it is, say, you put a 4-stroke on there. Like if you would have if you put a 4-stroke and the same exact setup you have, and you did the bathroom scale thing where you weighed the tongue, it would be significantly lighter with the 4-stroke.
And I tell you another trick too. A lot of people don't understand it, but let's say your balancing point. We're getting another phone call, but let's say your balancing point. We got to make this quick, but it's in the middle of your boat, okay? And you got 6-inch jack plate on the back of your boat, and you don't want to go buy more jack plate to use the motor as leverage, okay? You could just simply put weight inside your jack plate, and it moves the balance point.
We've done that.
And we've done that before.
At the races before.
Now, this is a problem, though. You start stacking a lot of weight on your transom and you can't get it out of the hole. That goes into a horsepower issue.
Yep.
So there's a fine line of balancing act here. But, a lot of people get confused on setback. What does setback really do? Is it clean the water to the prop? That's all bullshit. Yes, it does help clean the water up, okay, if you're running the right prop to take advantage of it. But a lot of it is counterweight. You get the counterweight of the boat right, you get the boat ballast right, then you can start working on props. Yep. But in your case, you've absolutely picked a worse prop.
Yeah, I would start with the prop, and then I would move straight from the prop onto balance point.
And I would do it with the boat empty. I'd get it lined out with the boat empty, not with the gas can not in the front.
Yeah, I know I don't weigh a lot, and I know that motor's not very heavy.
Yeah,
so that tells you.
That makes it even worse.
And I always tell people, too, this. So really, it's true. Put your boat in the water, take a picture of it. And more than likely, that's how your boat's going to run.
Yeah, I mean, generally, yeah.
You're right.
In a way. Like, I bet your boat sits pretty flat in the water. Like, you're not having an issue with the nose just sitting up.
Oh,
for sure.
no. You're sitting somewhat flat, and that's kind of how your boat's running.
Do you have a full-size marine battery? Or are you running lithium?
Battery?
Yes, sir.
It's in the back with me.
What kind of battery?
What kind of battery is it?
I got a battery in the gas tank right there. In the,
Is it an
back tray.
AGM battery or is it a lithium battery?
No, it's just a regular battery.
Yeah, you want a
Yeah.
good heavy battery
you
back
go.
there.
For
A
your
lot of
situation,
people
for
put
sure.
lithium batteries back there because they think it's better, and that's
the
Unless
worst thing
want
ever
that.
happened.
unless you don't got enough horsepower. But if you don't got enough horsepower, you need to go a lighter boat.
yeah. I mean, I run lithium.
That's the
battery.
problem. You know? But
But anyways, man, we're getting a bunch of calls coming in. Thank you for calling. I hope we helped you out some, and definitely keep track of it. Keep messaging us and stuff, and let's definitely help you get your boat
Let's get
set
it
up.
lined out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate it.
hey, man, no problem, man. We appreciate you, dude.
All right, man. You have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Man, we got like 7 phone calls.
I know. All right, who we calling? We calling somebody else?
It says Amanda Myers.
Hey, Amanda.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's probably,
His phone's definitely
It's your
her
phone.
name.
I know it's my phone, but
it's definitely his wife's name.
Are you sure about this, VJ?
I don't know who this is. Name don't ring a bell.
Maybe
I
we
mean,
should.
been trying to get a hold of
Maybe
you.
we
You got
should do
kids.
live.
Cut.
Amanda Myers. That
No, he's
sounds
just-
really familiar.
He's on his mom's
I know
phone
my-
bill.
I've seen a Myers name pop up here recently. It's gonna be somebody we know, I think.
This is crazy.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Clock Beast Guy. I got Tim Scott with me, Michael Shockley, and Daryl Moore. And who are you and where are you calling from?
How's it going? Yeah, I just wanted to talk about. I got a 653 Havoc VJ,
Okay.
and right now I'm running a 90s Yamaha 2-stroke 90 on it,
Okay, I know what your problem is.
and
Yeah.
hello?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
How much setback?
Yep, and I'm running no setback. I'm running no jack plate, nothing. It's just straight bolted to transom right now,
Oh,
and
I ain't got it right down.
I'm not
anymore.
exactly sure what jack plate I should go with and what prop.
With that motor, I would say 6-inch.
Yeah.
I would say 6-inch. I would go with a good heavy Bob's, or if you go with a lighter version, hydrodynamic. They make they don't make anything hydraulic,
But they're 8-inch. We might would work with that 90.
but you'd have to go with 8-inch with one of Caleb's jack plates.
Hydrodynamics.
Hydrodynamics, yeah, that's right.
It's a manual jack.
I would
plate
definitely go
versus
from
hydraulic.
6 to 8 inches, though.
Is it a built 90?
What was that?
Is your motor built or is it stock?
Oh, it's stock. It's stock. It's just got an oil delete.
All right.
I would definitely start with a.
I'm not real keen on Yamaha Pro.
So,
Man, I would
how is it
start-
running now with the way it's set up? Like the way you got it set up?
What do I have it set up right now?
Yeah, how's it running?
Yeah, how's it running?
How's it running? So I've got it. So the trim isn't working. I'm about to get it rebuilt. So what I do is I just set the pin just all the way up because I mean I could care less on my whole shot right now. I'm not racing or anything.
Right.
But I'm just trying to get the best top speed. And with the pin all the way up, it sits at about 48 by myself with a 13.3 17 pitch YBS.
So your boat's not hopping at all right now?
What was that?
It don't hop at all right now with it bolted straight to the transom?
Okay, so it hops getting up to plane.
That's
depending
because
on
of
how
the
much.
trim.
What about the trim? They saying it doesn't work at all?
Yeah,
you said you're saying it didn't have trim. That hop in the beginning is because you don't have trim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have trim right now. I'm about to get it rebuilt.
Right.
Yeah, you need to get your trim built.
Yeah, I would say 100%. The first thing you got to get is the trim going, and
6-inch
that right there will tell you where you're at, with it. So
Yeah, I would definitely get your trim fixed, get an RPM gauge for sure. Throw you get a YB. I actually run a YBS on my prop.
That's what he said.
21 pitch?
Yeah.
What was that?
I actually run a YBS on my 90 Yamaha. It runs good. I don't know if I'd race with it. Of course, I race with it, but I'm slow though.
A 21 pitch YBS runs really good.
Yeah, it does. It does. YBS is a good prop, and I would go with a heavy. I would go with a heavy. If you go with less setback, you want a heavier jack plate. If you go with a manual, you want to go with more setback because you want to use your motor for counterweight to lift the bow of the boat.
Yep.
So when you're running wide open right now,
What is my? You say what?
Whenever you're wide open right now, the way it's set up right now, and you're getting all of it you can out of it. Your boat's running pretty clean. It ain't trying to hop at wide open speeds.
Yeah, I wait for it to plane, and then it's typically the more throttle I give it, the less it hops.
That's amazing
Yeah.
for a
It is.
VJ.
I'm telling you right
6
now,
inches
once
is gonna
you-
be your number on setback.
First thing to do, from the get-go, get your trim fixed because that'll tell you exactly where you are with it. And then after that, I would definitely get like a 6-inch jack plate because that's going to give you just enough leverage to really tote it with it. And
A 21
with it
pitch
being a
prop.
90, I mean, I think 6 inches is plenty.
Yes, especially if it ain't hopping right now at wide open.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I think that you're gonna have a good running
That's
boat.
gonna be a good
once-
running boat. Yeah.
Really good running rig once you get the trim fixed and about 6 inches setback.
Yeah, I've had the reason I'm calling is I've had so many mixed opinions. I have people saying, I have some people who are running 6 inches and it's running really good. Then I have other people that said they got to have at least 10 because it's not the step transom and whatnot. And then I think it definitely just needs more pitch, more prop.
Yeah, just get your
Yeah.
trim
The
fixed.
thing is, man, it's really hard to tell without having the trim so that you can adjust it up and down and really find the sweet spot in the boat, you know?
Mhm.
And then past that, obviously more leverage is going to clean it up more just because it's going to put the balance point further back on your setup. But I'm telling you, you really don't know nothing until you get the trim fixed. I mean, I think
It's running better
Yeah.
now than I would expect it to. Really.
yeah, honestly, I'm surprised it's running as good as it is. With it
That
not being
Vance
trimmed.
and a good prop, and your trim working, that's gonna be a good running boat.
And but I don't mean to speed things up, but we got people calling in. I appreciate you calling.
Yes, sir.
And if,
Call
keep tabs
back.
with us, man. Keep sending us messages and stuff, and we'll help work through it with you.
And also keep
Yes.
note too. I mean, also too, if you run a trolling motor and everything on the front of your boat, I was thinking about this when I was peeing a minute ago. But
Yes, sir.
I do know people that run 2 inches of setback on a 90, and it does work. But if you set the boat up for fishing, you got gear in your front deck, you got trolling motor and everything else. That's when you got to go back with the pivot point.
But I would say that those 90s are built though.
yeah,
those
a
are
lot
built
of them are
90s.
built. A lot of them are built.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
You got to keep all that. You got to keep all that in mind when you start
Yeah.
building your boat, setting it up. It's horsepower versus balance point.
And if you have any questions further on, dude, don't feel free to hit us up, dude.
Yeah, you got our number. You can find us. Just
Yep.
give us a call. We'll help you out, bud.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
man, have a good
bud.
day.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Yep. Have a good day. All right. Bye.
Later. So honestly, dude, his rig was running great.
Yeah.
For what he had
I was
going on.
expecting. I was
He had
expecting
some
him to-
problems. Like, I'm like,
He probably don't have anything on his front deck.
He probably don't. And
bolted
Make-
straight to the
Let
transom.
me tell you
No
something.
trim.
Let me tell you something. When you put a trolling motor on your front deck and a couple graphs, or even one graph, it makes a huge difference in setback.
Oh, it does.
And this
you gotta have
all
more.
right, let me explain that in a way that everybody understands what you're
Yeah.
saying. So, say I was going to take 10 pounds. You got a balance point of the boat, right? And it's 2/3 of the way back of the boat, right? If I take that 10 pounds and set it directly on the front deck of the boat, or say I put that 10 pounds on a bow cap. Yeah, it's just 10 pounds, but the thing about it is, that's 10 pounds that's further away from the balance point. So it's actually probably, it could be 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds worth of leverage
Leverage, yeah.
that's
good.
going against the balance point that makes you ride up and pretty.
Yeah.
So
that's more of what it's about. It not necessarily weight. It's the
It's
weight
not-
transfer.
it's not the weight, it's where you put the weight. I mean, we showed that whenever the Yamahas wanted the weight break, 30 pounds weight break. Didn't change nothing. I mean, heck, we tested out. We put 30 more pounds in our boat.
Put a
Yeah.
power.
And
Put a power pole
Didn't
on it. It'll
change
even run better.
nothing.
A lot of people don't understand that either. You put power poles on the back of a boat. It's that weight is behind the transom, and for every inch you go past the balance point of the boat, that 5 pounds turns into 6, 7.
All right, we're going to call
8, 10.
somebody.
So we got another caller.
This is actually kind of good. I think this is really good.
Oh,
That's
this
good.
is sweet, dude.
Yeah,
I like
I'm glad people are
I
calling
think we
in.
should start doing like once a week.
Yeah,
For sure.
we should do them all this
We
way.
never need to.
Got people calling in. Got Brett Smeltzer hitting me up on text. 1,000 questions.
Oh, yeah. I already know.
Who's this? Do we know who calling?
Random.
This is Nathan.
Hey, Nathan, you're on Off the Cockle Beast Guy. I got Michael Shockley, Tim Scott, and Daryl with me. You said your name's Nathan. Where are you calling from?
Ball Knob, Arkansas.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
That's what I'm
How
talking
about
about.
the
He's a
Razorbacks,
local.
baby?
So what you got going on, man?
I'm sitting here watching Paw Patrol with the daughters, man. I was just ask one question.
That's what's
Did y'all
up.
know that D was the best athlete in the room in high school?
No.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm not saying D
It's
who.
my dude.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
What tell us about it?
How good was he?
Me and D went to a couple of D1 football camps together. I'm sure he remembers.
Daryl, you remember that? You know you don't remember that?
I don't remember.
You
D
don't
who?
remember, you don't remember going to football camps?
What D you talking about?
D's nuts is probably what he's finna say.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker.
I'm having a hard time hearing y'all. Sorry.
Not with the kids in the house.
Go ahead, ask
He's
me.
not sitting with the kids. In the
No, not watching Paw Patrol. He wouldn't do me like that.
No. Man, you got Havoc or what?
I'm having a hard time hearing y'all. Sorry.
I said you on a Havoc boat or what? Or you just
I do want to have it boat. I got a 553 VJSTC with a ported Merc on it. I love it.
Good.
I bought it new from Ricochet 3 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Vance Kick and Jack, digital camo. I got the, in my opinion, the best slot bar on the market on it. And man, I love it. I have no complaints.
How many Havocs have you owned?
Ooh, man. Let's see. I bought my first 550 Havoc from Shannon Nichols in 2000. Oh, God. I was just out of high school, so 2013 or 14. I mean, it was one of the very first boats he sold out of his old shop over there on White River. I bought 3 from him. I bought 1 from Cuz, and this would be my 5th one. So Ricochet,
That's awesome,
yeah,
man.
5 Havocs.
And what's your last name?
My last name's Leonard.
Oh,
Nathan
I know
Leonard.
who you are. I know you are.
Yeah.
You know who he is?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Well, so where are you hunting at? I mean, do you hunt with him, Shockley, or what?
No, I don't. I
You
just
said-
know him from Facebook. I think I did some dealings with him on a motor like a long time ago.
Really? It's amazing how you meet these people.
It is.
You talk to these people on Facebook.
It's
You
really a
find them,
small
you know.
world.
Like talking to him on the podcast is pretty cool. Other than D don't remember the D1 football game or the training camp.
Yeah, I don't know. D, RD over here don't remember that.
I think you got the wrong D, man. Do you have the wrong D?
I can't hear you. Sorry.
I said, do you have the wrong D, the wrong Daryl Moore? I didn't know there was 2 Daryl Moores.
Say that again.
I said, is it? You got the wrong D Moral. I mean,
D
you
Moore.
there? Yeah. I mean, who you
You
talking
said something
about?
about football camp a while ago with D.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out who D is.
Daryl.
Daryl don't remember that.
Daryl don't remember it. Daryl.
Daryl can't even throw a football.
You sure it was me? I mean, I went to some football camps, but I don't think I was the best athlete.
Yeah,
Oh, shit, Daryl.
It was Daryl Moore. Me and him. We went to there's a little D1 sports facility in Little Rock way back when. When did you graduate high school, Daryl?
In 2014.
Yeah. So you were like a freshman when I was a senior.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that's possible.
Well, that's why you don't know him, Daryl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, was he fast or what?
Why would you assume he's fast?
I don't know.
Is it because he's black?
Oh my God! Here we go.
hey,
I know his vertical's better.
Hey,
Daryl, where did you go to high school?
Camden.
Harmony Grove, right?
Yeah, Harmony Grove, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all had a quarterback that graduated with me that was really good. It was you.
Yeah, it probably was me.
Dang, Daryl, why don't you?
he just got
remember?
bad
God.
memory, dude.
I got bad memory, man.
He does look sneaky
You put,
athletic.
me, you
though.
put me on the spot. I didn't even know what to say. I was stutter stepping.
Yeah.
I like that.
He- Well, man, we appreciate you calling in.
Yeah,
we
dude,
got
that's
people
awesome.
calling in, asking setup questions and stuff, man. But I'm good to talk to you.
If you got any problems with your boat, let us know. We'll get you right. If you
Nah,
need
man.
anything.
All right, dude. It's
I'm
good
happy
talking
with
to
it.
you, man.
No issues at all. Y'all have a good one.
All right,
too,
dude.
man.
All right, bye bye.
Later. Hey,
Pretty sure that guy's LSU fan too.
Hey.
That's why he was clicking with Daryl.
I wonder what episode of Paw Patrol he's on, dude. I've seen them all.
I can't believe he watches you like that, man. You don't even remember. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I don't.
Daryl, you should be ashamed of
I mean,
yourself.
football wasn't my favorite sport. Like I played,
Like,
like, it was.
what
in,
a
I
like,
bought a motor from
Daryl,
one of his friends.
What was your 40? How fast you run 40 in?
I was like 4 or 5.
Gosh, damn. I was like a 5'3".
So he's pretty fast.
4 or 5? How was you not a good athlete running a 4 or 5?
I mean, I was a good
Didn't
athlete.
Deion Sanders run a 4 or 5 or a
I
4
think
3?
DM was like 4.4. Yeah, 4.3.
Well, damn, Daryl.
Okay.
I mean, the thing about football, I didn't like getting hit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Oh yeah. Hey, we got a call coming in. I don't blame you, Daryl.
Hey, 45.
Be honest.
There you go.
Hey, what's up? You're on Off the Cockle Beast Guy. I got Michael Shock with me, Tim Scott, and Daryl Moore. Who are you and where you calling from?
Conway, South Carolina.
Heck
Conway,
yeah,
South
dude.
Carolina.
What you got
You're
going
always
on? What you got going on?
I think there's something wrong with
Yes,
the
sir,
audio.
B. Scott. So I got a 17-foot ambush with 10 inches of setback with a 90 Mercury 4-stroke, but I'm in the market for another boat. Looking for a Havoc or a Reaper. I'm trying to figure out which way I need to go. Figured I could get some of your opinions.
What
My
do you
God,
do
Lord.
with a boat the majority of the time?
Do you just ride the river with it, or what do you use it for?
Hunt, fish, like to ride sometimes.
Need a marsh runner.
I'll tell you what you need, dude.
I mean, does he hunt open water or does he hunt timber? I mean, does he come to
Are you
Arkansas
on
and
a
hunt
are you
timber?
on a bunch of stumps, or what kind of water do you run?
Our audio's not that good.
Hey, can you hear us?
Barely, man. That's why I'm having a hard time responding.
You think it's
I
our
got
service in our building here?
Hey, we're gonna up the service, guys. We're gonna work on that. But so, the waters you're running, are you running like marshes? What are you running out there? Is it stumpy? Is it what kind of water is it?
It's pretty much clear. I mean, we got a couple logs, but it ain't real stumpy.
All right,
Water don't run too hard unless you go towards like Little PD or something.
I got
Like
you.
when you're duck hunting and stuff, are you in like timber
Super rough
and
water.
super
You
rough?
super rough water. You're in timber, or do you need to jump stuff, or do you need to go through waves, or do you want?
So if you go down towards Georgetown, it gets pretty rough sometimes, depending on the wind. But as far as the river, you ain't got no rough water.
you want to float the nose?
Are you? Yeah.
You want to float the nose on the plug the whole time?
No.
Or you just want to get run? You just want a good running boat? This is
Yeah, I
all
mean,
purpose. Is that what
maybe-
you want? You just want something that's good, strong. Is that what you're looking for?
Man,
It's tough.
years.
Yeah, man. I'm like I said, it's a little hard.
Man, I would since you mentioned the other boats, you know, you did the ambush, you did the other the Reaper stuff. So obviously you stayed in this little circle. You need to take a look at the new Mach 1.
I was gonna say
656.
It's a 656. It's a good strong boat, 58.6 alloy, 100 gauge hull. It has a performance cutout in it. It's one of our performance boats.
Runs really well.
It will give you the ability to tote the nose with the right motor, or it tote the nose with
Any
a 4-stroke.
motor.
It don't make shit what you put on it. But it'll give you that effect, that feeling, and it also take a beating too.
And it'll still give you the feel of a bigger boat. You know, like
Right.
the boat that you can do a wide variety of stuff in. You know, you can fish
very
out
very
of it.
stable too.
Yeah, that Mach 1's hard to beat. Yeah, it's hard.
Well,
to beat.
my thing is, I was wanting like a gun box at least in it, so I can store guns.
So
or
he's done his
paperwork
homework.
or life jackets
Oh, yeah.
or something.
Yep.
So
He's heard
done
of the
his
Mach
hom-
1.
He's done his homework. He's already called somebody. Say, can you get a gun box at Mach 1?
Yeah, I mean, for what you're doing,
He already knows what he
in
wants.
the rougher, you know, being around rougher water potentially, I would definitely look at the Marsh Runner line. I would look at.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the Marsh Runner.
I wouldn't think you would need anything out of the DBST MSTs. I wouldn't. I mean, you could do a DBST. I mean, it's tougher,
It's not going to tote the nose like.
but it's
he's
not
doing
gonna.
here.
It's not gonna tote the nose.
Anybody in
like a
South
Marsh
Carolina
Runner
wants to
would.
tote the nose. I don't care what he says.
I would say Mach 1 or even the Gen 1.
Yeah,
Marsh
yeah,
Runner.
yeah. Because it's going to be an I-beam rip too. It's going to be super tough. Now the Mach 1 is going to be a step down from the Marsh Runner because it's not as built as strong.
Right.
It is, but you know he's from South Carolina. He's going to
Yeah.
be running sandbars in the summertime.
Yeah.
He's going to want to haul ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we're.
I don't know
I
nobody
would
that
say
wants to
Mach
go
1.
slow in
Mach
South
1.
Carolina.
So here's your options: Mach 1 or the Gen 1 Marsh Runner is what I would
That's what I
recommend.
would say.
Yeah.
How fast do y'all fellas feel a 17-foot Marsh Runner Gen 1 with a 90 Mercury go with a 22 pitch turbo right now?
With what motor you say?
Wait a minute. This is
A
a
nine-
this is a trick.
90 Mercury 4-stroke.
90 Mercury.
This is
four-stroke.
a trick. He already knows. He already knows the answer. What do you got a buddy that running that or what?
22 turbo, 13 and a quarter, I believe.
Was he running what 74
No, I'm gonna say
with the one with what on the back?
a 90 Yamaha.
Oh, okay.
I mean
90
90
Yamaha.
Mercury four-stroke.
Oh, I had
I'm
the-
gonna say
I had a 115 stuck in my head for some reason.
That was like 70.
I'm gonna
All right,
say
those guys are running like 73 miles an hour.
I'm gonna say 55 to 58.
Okay.
Probably.
I know with the same setup on the ambush, 17 foot, I can't get but like 48, 49 out of it. But now it's a 125 gauge boat.
You'll be over there.
Well, that's
you'll
a
be
little.
well over
Well, it's a
that.
little different
That
than the
is
ambush.
different.
The ambush is a little different than a.
Yeah, see,
This is
what
going to be a
makes this
different degree hull, too, than an ambush.
Well, you got the 14-degree holes and you got the cutout. So
Well, yeah, I mean, this being a performance boat, it's going to give you built-in setback, which is going to allow you to clean up and run faster than what you're currently riding.
yeah, so how much setback you got on your ambush right now?
How much what now?
How much setback you got on your ambush?
So I got a double stack. So I got 4-inch jack plate and a 6-inch kick plate, or 6-inch jack plate, or I can't remember exactly which one's what, but it's 10 inch, roughly 10, 11 inches.
Well, you buy a Mach 1. You get a Mach 1. And
You can take one of them off.
Well, it's not even that.
Yeah,
you can take it off, but comparing apples to apples, if you put the same setup he has on his ambush onto the Mach 1,
It's going to really float.
he's gonna have like
Yeah, it's
he's
gonna
gonna have like 16 inches of setback.
No, he would, because the boat's already got 6.
Technically, yeah.
16 inches setback on the top end. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Right.
See, that's the difference between the Mach 1 and your ambush. Is when you get on the top end, when you get on the top of the hull, when the hull cleans up, you get on the top, that box turns into setback.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand that. That's the difference. On low end, it turns into 0 setback, but on the top end, it turns into 6 inches setback.
As it cleans up in the water column.
And that's how that boat hauls ass.
Yep. But for what you're looking for, dude, I would 100% be confident saying you would like definitely the Gen 1 Marsh Runner or the Mach 1. That's what I would go with. 100%.
You're not gonna be disappointed in either
No,
one of those
you-
boats.
No, it fits what you're doing.
You'll
for
absolutely
sure.
love the Mach 1 though. The Mach 1 is badass. It's a 16-foot boat that hauls ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
And
nice
stable.
boat.
I love how stable it is.
It runs good with a 64 stroke all the way up to a 115. I mean, I've seen 115s on them. So
Now, would it be better to get a 16 foot or 17 foot Gen 1?
it depends on what kind of gear you carry. I mean, I like a 16-foot boat, especially all right, we built the Mach 1 like 6-7 years ago. I mean, it ran so good. I mean, it was just awesome. We kind of held back on it, but I like a 16-foot boat if I'm hunting. If I ever take a trip to the flooded timber, I mean, Daryl, you talk about,
Yeah, I like a 16-foot boat, but for me, that 17-foot, it just depends what you're doing. Like, if I was gonna have one boat that does everything all year round, I'm going 17.
Yeah, I agree with
because you can fish out of it, have plenty of room. You can haul. If you're going from South Carolina, say to Arkansas, you and 4 people can get in that boat, have plenty of room for guns, dogs, gear. So if I'm doing one all-around boat, I'm going 17 foot.
Yeah. I did the
Because
same.
it's not that big of a difference between 16
It
and 17.
really ain't. It
Like,
really
it's
ain't.
really not. So
No.
I prefer a 17.
And they're both
foot
the
boat.
same width, so
Yeah. So I would go 17 if it was me. But like I said, a Mach 1 1656, that's what I ran all last year, and I loved it
Yeah.
too.
And
I
that's the
still
only
care for
size
people.
you can get the Mach 1 in.
Yeah.
So if you want a 17, you want to go to the Gen 1.
The Mach 1's more developed for the sandbars and the racing and stuff like that.
I mean,
Yeah,
the best way to answer that is it's really whatever you want.
I would
'cause they're
say
both
that the 17
great.
footer is more of like a universal. You can do it all in it, and the Mach 1's probably a little bit more leaning towards performance.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think for what you're saying, you're going to do with it. I would say honestly, the Gen 1 1756 Marsh Runner.
I have a buddy that just bought a Marsh Runner, a Gen 1, like a couple weeks ago. He put a 115 on it now.
It's not ready for 115.
I mean, I think he might have just put 115 stickers on it. I don't know.
Whatever.
But I know he's running almost 65 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's stable. Like, runs a good
The main
clean
difference, I mean,
65.
you asked earlier in the conversation, the difference in Reapers and everybody else, the main difference is 14 degrees with a cutout box. That cutout box is going to give you more setback at top end speed, and that's the magic deal right there.
Magic.
That's going to give you the most speed without plowing water. It's set up for top end speed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
if you got any questions, just holler back at us, man, and we'll try
Yeah,
to
you can
line
call us
out.
back, text us back, and we'll definitely help you get set up with the rig you're looking for if you have more questions,
You can always call Michael. You can always call Michael Shockley too. He's available.
Yeah, Michael Shockley, 24/7.
Always available. He gets paid.
My number's on the
24/7.
website. Just
Yep.
look it up.
Yep, you can find it there.
And you can also, if you're in South Carolina, I'm sure you're familiar with Southside. David
McGee's.
David will help you out.
Yeah, you definitely need to go holler at David. For
Dave
sure.
McGee's like the Marsh Runner king over
Yeah.
there.
And even if you're closer to Fowler, I'm sure Fowler can
Absolutely.
hook him up too.
There ain't nobody sells more Marsh Runners than David McGee.
No, absolutely not.
No. For sure.
Well, man, I sure do appreciate y'all answering my phone call.
Yeah, man.
and
It was
Yes,
awesome,
sir.
dude.
All right, man. You have a good one, bud.
You too, man.
Later.
Bye-bye.
That was good.
Hey, guys, I'm going to take a quick pee break. Y'all keep talking about setup.
Hey, if y'all have to take a pee break during all this, just look at the TV. When it's not on you, that's when you got to take a pee break.
Well, okay. Well, either way, guys, I just said that.
Did I
So
get
y'all
that?
keep talking
So
about
you can't
stuff.
go now.
You can't go now.
You can't go now.
God dang it.
Now they go.
Fun.
All righty. You ready?
Ready.
And this is going to be a podcast you can cut up, make shorts out of too.
Be a great one.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person
Sticks.
We're already
Who's
an
going to
hour
leave a
into it.
badass voicemail, dude?
The next caller has a name of Mrs. Shockley.
Are you serious?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, this is great.
Mrs. Shockley?
I'm here for
Mrs.
this one.
Shockley. You want to do that one?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
She's going to call us dumb, dude. She's thinking to roast all four of us.
Yeah.
Just hang up.
I got to put a dip in for this.
Give me a dip. Shockley's scared to death.
She's scared.
She's scared.
Hello.
Hey, you're on Off the Clock with B. Scott. Who is this? Who you call? Where you calling from?
My name is Rhett G. I have a question for Michael Shockley.
Yes, let's hear it.
Go ahead, Rhett G. What do you have?
Do you think your Mod 40 is the fastest Havoc out there?
I do not think it's the fastest out there, but I think it's faster than most.
What a good way. What a good way to put that. Let me ask you: do you think he has the fastest Havoc?
Who do you think the fastest is?
Probably the guy sitting next to him.
I like this kid.
I don't know, Rhett G. Who do you think the fastest is?
I got another question.
Okay.
I hear,
what's the
I hear
question?
your coaching's background.
What's your question, Rhett G?
Do you think your Mod 40 is faster than my mom's Mach 1?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
I think y'all gonna have to line them up.
Yeah.
I know who looks better.
Now, it depends on you're talking about faster on top end or faster in 660.
I'd rather look at the Mach 1.
Yeah, that's a way better looking setup.
Yes.
On the big end, is my mom's Mach 1 faster?
On the big end. Ooh,
On the big end.
On the big
Why
end.
don't we talk about big end?
The way it's set up, I don't know. Maybe.
Shockley's all about that 660.
I would say Whitney's gonna win 9 out of 10 times.
On the
So,
big end.
Especially on looks.
9 on 10 times. She wins on multiple stages here.
Are we having
right?
are we having a bikini contest or are we having a speed contest?
It don't matter. It's hard to look at Shockley.
I think Whitney's gonna win both.
I think
Well,
so.
bud, only one way to find out.
Is this a live call out?
Are we going to
call out.
Mama wanting to race? That's awesome.
That was good.
Poor guy, dude. Your fame ended, just started and ended the same day. Like, thank you for calling in, bud.
Hey, Rhett G, tell your mom to make another strawberry cake.
Absolutely.
Call back in a little bit longer and roast chocolate.
You got it.
I love those brownies.
Dude, they was good.
Yeah, she cooks good.
She did.
Bye, y'all.
Bye bye.
See you
Later.
later.
Unbelievable.
Hey,
God, I'm glad Ashley don't got this number.
these people.
Okay, this one's a wireless caller is all it says.
Oh, this is a good one.
What area code?
762.
I don't even know what that's Mississippi, right?
Oh my God, where you putting that thing?
That might be Lucas.
Oh,
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Clock with B. Scott. I got Michael Shockley, Daryl Moore, and Tim Scott with me. What you got going on?
what's up, Daryl? Was calling to ask
How about
y'all.
everybody else?
How about
Going
that?
to
Hell with the
ask-
rest of everybody else.
Go ahead. Sorry, he's
Go
an
ahead.
idiot.
Go ahead.
Was calling to ask what y'all's opinion on like when to use an outboard versus like a gator tail during duck season
Daryl
in like
Shockley.
which position.
I mean, honestly, it just depends on what you got. I mean, it really, I mean.
Depends on where you hunt.
It's depends on where you hunt, yeah. That's basically what it is. I feel like gator tail has its benefits, if it's low water. You can pretty much go anywhere. But, a gator tail, an outboard, you can do the same thing. Either one gets the job done. And, now with the Freedom, you get a mix of both, so that answers a lot of people's problems. You can just get a Freedom motor that does both, it's the outboard and a surface drive essentially mixed in one.
Yeah, unless it's extreme.
Yeah, that's extreme.
Yeah. That extreme, sticky, nasty, beaten stuff.
And a lot of times we tell
the
people.
mud motors won't never
Yeah,
be
a lot of
replaced.
times if you can only get there in a mud motor and the whole trip is like that, like it's nothing but like extreme, water, then you're gonna have to have a gator tail or mud buddy or some kind of surface drive.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they only have to actually go through, say, a small section of their trip that they need a mud motor for.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the inconvenience of the whole ordeal. And that's why, this past year we pushed the Freedoms. Cause
that's a good. That's a good question for Daryl. I mean, thank you for asking this. But
Yeah.
how often do you run your mud motor? And how long do you have to run it when you don't need it?
I run it a lot. There's a lot of times where I don't, though. You just run in the river. But then there's some situations, like we go down to, let's say, I don't know, North Louisiana or, South Arkansas where, like, you got to run it 100% of the time,
Yeah.
So it just depends on where you're going.
Yes.
And a lot of it down there in South Arkansas, as you say, it's where we land it. That's what I call it. When we get into our hole and land it, it's getting back on pad.
Yeah.
I
got you.
That's the issue with me.
Yeah,
with outboards.
I think
Yes.
B Scott made the best stuff. If you're going to be doing mud motor stuff 90% of the time, hitting stumps, jumping logs,
You need a mud motor.
Get a mud motor, 100%. But if you're going to be running the river 90% of the time and just cruising down channels.
What
you need
about
outboard.
50-50? Like this customer, 50-50. He's not sure.
If I'm 50-50, I'm probably going mud boat, honestly.
Yeah.
If I'm 50-50.
Because you just
Because
don't
it's
know.
a
Because you don't know.
If it's strictly hunting, I'm the same way.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it's just hunting. But if you're going to be
So-
fishing, if I'm going to be fishing, like, let's say if I'm only going to hunt duck season, which is 20% of the year, and I'm going to fish the other 80%, I'm going outboard.
I got you.
See, that's a valid point, too.
So this customer's probably 50-50.
Yeah.
If he's 50-50, he should go mud motor.
Yeah.
Are you talking about just hunting?
Or are you going to be running sandbars and fishing?
Hello?
Here, ask him again.
Hey, can you hear us?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I just hunt the timber. So
If you're just
If
hunting,
you're just hunting timber,
yeah, just hunting timber, I'd get a
outboard.
outboard.
yeah,
Because you want to deal with the tiller torque. And if you're not sure about it, get a Freedom.
Yeah. To be honest with you, the Freedom stuff's like smack dab in the middle.
I love the Freedom in the timber.
Yeah, that's what Freedom's for.
well, hey man, I appreciate it. I gotta go. Thank y'all.
Yeah,
All right,
no
sir.
problem.
Have a good
Have a
one.
good
Bye. Now, I respect that.
Yeah.
Short, sweet, got his
Yeah.
damn answer. He got to check time to check
It might
out
have
of
been
here.
his break time.
Yeah.
That's it. He's like, hey.
Yeah, he just won't get famous.
But a lot of people though ask that question
Yeah, like what you? It's such a hard question because like
because you're spending so much money on it.
He
know?
he left it so open though.
yeah,
Like, what are you gonna be doing? Are you hunting, fishing?
I just think you just want to get online, but on air. But the problem is, there is a lot of people like that don't know.
Yeah. That's a good question. He asked.
that helps somebody that's
Yeah.
gonna be watching this.
Yeah, for sure.
I would think if you're 50-50, I agree with Daryl a lot.
I do too.
If you're 50-50, you go with the mud motor.
Because then you got the whole field covered.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now
you're going to have to deal with
I've done everything with a mud motor. I've
Yeah.
ran yo-yos with a mud motor.
Oh, yeah, I have too.
Now it
fished with a
sucks.
mud motor.
It sucks doing the stuff you don't need a mud motor
It
for with a
does
mud
suck.
motor.
I can tell you like a 40-minute boat ride with a mud motor does suck.
Oh, it
I don't
does
care what
absolutely
nobody
suck.
says.
That's
Like,
why that's why all my mud motors were built with turbos.
Yeah.
That way you're not running
But
28 for 40 miles.
That's really good for people out there that don't know.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
If it's 50-50, go with the mud motor. If
Yep.
you're in between, if you're just hunting flooded timber, I would go outboard.
Because a lot of these people, man.
And if you're not 100% sure with outboard, flooded timber, get a Freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect
perfect.
application.
All right, we're going to call somebody? Who we got?
Robin Swim is the caller
Has been
ID.
forwarded to voicemail.
Oh,
The
hit the
person
beat.
you're trying to reach is
decline. Hold on, I got
All
beat
right.
too.
No more.
Go ahead.
Are we calling again?
Stuart Webb.
Stuart
One more time.
Webb.
He's called back.
Let's do it. He called back.
He called back.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice
Uh-oh.
message.
This is
You're
the
going to
hard
call
part.
him back.
This is the hard part on this, getting
Phone
everybody in.
tag.
But I'll be honest with you though, it
Okay.
gives us good time to like sit and talk about each situation
The
after though. I like it. I like the way it's set up.
How about Brent Sims?
Brent
Brent
Sims.
Sims.
Let's talk to Brent Sims.
Let's do it.
We haven't got very much hate yet, though. You know
I don't know.
No,
Rhett
yeah.
G was kind of hateful.
who? Brent.
Rhett
To
G.
you, it's personal.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Cockle Beast Guy with me. I got Michael Shockley, Tim Scott, and Daryl Moore. Who are you? Where
Yes.
you calling from?
Yes, sir, man. I'm Brent Sims. I'm calling from Arkansas, actually, at Beebe, not too far.
Oh,
Heck
heck
yeah.
yeah, man.
What you got going on?
Man, I just had
Hey,
to
you building houses, dude, or what?
let me nail that off real quick.
Hey,
Sorry about that.
That sounds like a. Hey,
Dude, that's what I'm talking
hey,
about.
That sounds
Are
like a
you
nail
at
gun, baby.
Are you at Tim's house?
Dude, are you working?
That's awesome, dude.
7.5.
He's a framer.
Yeah. Sorry about that, man. I was kind of right to call me in
No,
something.
dude, it's okay, man.
you're good,
hey,
man.
we love it, dude. We love it, man. You're running nail gun. It's badass.
No, man. So, I just picked up a new boat, man. I'm kind of new to the duck boat scene.
All right.
My last duck boat was a daggum War Eagle with a 25.
Are you a game
So,
warden?
Decided no. No. So I decided I was gonna get a new boat, and I was like, man, I gotta get the baddest one I can get. So I bought a 24 RDBST.
Yep.
That's a bad one.
Got it from Will over at Ricochet.
Yep,
Heck
he's
yeah.
good. He's a good dealer.
Oh,
Yep. So, trying to get it set up right now. I'm having a little problem with it hopping. The setup on it right now is a stock 59cc Merc. That's an 04 Merc. It's just got an oiler delete on it, you know. It's got a 16 pitch YBS on it, and I've got a 6-inch Vant or a Circle S kick jack on it, kick plate word. And I've got it set up where the cab plate's probably right at the plug, or maybe just a cut here above the plug. Rides good until I start trimming up. It wants to start doing a little hopping on me.
You probably don't have enough RPMs for that 16 pitch prop.
With
Do
stock
what?
work.
You probably don't have enough RPMs for that 16 prop.
What size
16
boat
pitch
was it?
prop.
I'm sorry, do what?
You probably don't have the RPMs for that 16 pitch prop.
Yeah.
Because
Can't
it's
stay
a
on the
stock
top
Merc,
side.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what size boat did you say it was?
Yeah, so it's stock for now. It's getting ready to go to Westbrook here in a few months, and I'm gonna do a 130 hunt port on it.
That'll help.
Oh,
That's the play. Either the 130 or the 150 custom sleeve. I'm kind of torn on it which way I want to go on it yet.
Josh
go
is
big.
super good at building these motors.
Yeah,
Go
I mean, you're,
big.
you're gonna get a pretty stout one.
But
for
I-
sure.
Go 150.
But what I'm hearing right now, the 16 pitch is too much for it until the motor goes to Josh.
And that jack plate's a lighter jack plate too.
Yeah, you need a little heavier.
Yeah,
jack
yeah.
plate.
I've got a Bob's kicking jack on the way.
That's what
Yeah.
that'll change.
I
the
think
game
that'll
right
help
there.
a lot. Yeah.
That's going to add a little bit of weight to your. It's going to show a little more weight to the back to help your motor out until Josh gets his hands on it. But right now, that 16 is too much.
Yep.
I got you.
Until-
After Josh works,
Because
that magic,
I had a there was a 15 pitch, what was a Power Tech on it, and it was doing the same thing. I just wasn't getting no speed out. I mean, that daggone prop, I was hitting 36 as I was getting out of that boat.
I would look for
Yeah.
I would look for a turbo, or I'd look for a vengeance. You know,
I got you.
around your prop.
Quicksilver, something like that.
Yeah, I would stay away from those props and stay away from the semi cleaver. You know, the YBSs until you get your motor
Got
built.
you.
Is that a 553?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That,
Yes, and it was a 24, so it was the last one. It's a non-foam boat.
Ah, nice. So
I was pretty.
You better hang on to
I
that
got the
one.
last one Will had there that
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have foam in it. So
Yeah, there ain't very many of those.
No,
jewels
you
left.
definitely slid in there at the right time for sure.
I think
Yeah.
the Bob's is going to help you out
That
more
will.
than anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
gonna
And
add,
that prop.
it's gonna add some weight to the back and help with your balance point. It's gonna move it further back
Yeah.
and help stabilize the nose a little bit when you're driving.
Gotcha.
And if Westbrook's going to build your motor, tell him to let you try some different props. He's got a bunch of them.
Yeah, Josh has plenty of props. Don't let him.
Yeah.
Don't let.
Yeah. I
that's
talked to
fine,
him. That's the reason I went with the 16 Wildbit. He said, "Man, as soon as you get it built, that's the prop you're going to want."
It is.
So I went ahead and grabbed it because, like I say, it's going to Westbrook within the next couple months.
Oh
you,
yeah.
you picked a good motor builder, man.
You
He's-
picked a good. Well, not only that, but you got the right stuff coming into play here to have a really good running boat.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's anal about his motor, so he's going to do good.
yeah. I looked out because his shop is right there in BB.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he's like 5 minutes from my house, so it's going to be easy to get in there. So
And he's straight up too. He won't bullshit you.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That'd be
Well,
cool.
man, I appreciate you,
Hey,
sir.
man, good,
Yes,
good
sir.
talking to you guys.
You have a good day.
You too, bud.
All right, man. Later.
Bye.
He's gonna have a good run of boat.
It's awesome seeing people like Josh Westbrook step up and build these motors for people.
Oh yeah,
do it right, you know, just
and clean.
He's always
clean motor.
He's always been really, really fast, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he's one of the guys that really just bought into it.
He's an original
back in the day, and
he is.
made
He's
something
OG,
out
yeah,
of it.
No shit, he's original for sure.
Mhm.
There's a lot of fakes out there. He ain't one of them.
No, I mean, until Haley
trial
came along, I
proven.
thought he was gay for the longest.
Haley?
No,
Oh,
I thought Josh was before she came along.
He always wore those damn spinnerbait pants. You know what those are?
Yes,
spinnerbait pants. What is that?
You don't know what spinnerbait pants are?
Bedazzled, dude.
Josh is a pretty boy.
The bedazzled.
So
jeans.
he likes to wear all that
what do they
fancy
call
stuff on his back
those,
pockets, those fancy pants.
He got like the show pants. You know what
What are those called?
Yeah.
Got the bling bling.
Josh is one of the few that I've never got into it with, and I've liked him from the get go.
Ashley says Josh Westbrook looks better when he's fatter.
Well, that's just because you're fat and she likes you.
Think so?
Probably.
What else? What else does Tim have?
Well,
love handles? No, we ain't gonna go there now. hey,
my son will tell you. My son will tell you.
My 3-year-old
I think we need to
grandson
break
is
some
wrong. Let's leave that off. Cut. I'll pay everybody. Cut.
Oh man, we got any more missed calls coming in or what? Nothing. Are we all
what about
caught
Daniel
up?
Simpson? Are we gonna call him back again?
Man, I need to take a piss before that gets on. That's gonna be a hoot.
Yeah, I know. I know. Can we go to commercial break, guys? We want to thank our sponsors and everybody that made this happen. Don't forget to check out our gear shop, and we got tons of new merch on there. And we're gonna go to commercial break.
We'll be back.
Good.
There we go.
All right, we're getting a call.
Did I call your number?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Clock with Beast Guy. I got Michael Shockley, Daryl Moore, and Tim Scott with me. How are you doing?
All right, man. How's it going?
Oh, it sounds like Nick.
It is Nick.
Is this Quick Nick we're talking to?
This is Quick Nick.
It's ex-Quick Nick. He don't drive no more.
No, I talked to his wife last night. He's still Quick Nick.
What you been up to, man? You been staying busy?
Man, yeah, we've been busy. Just working, rigging boats, man.
That's right.
I hear you.
Been setting them up?
Oh, yeah, we've been selling quite a few.
What's the most boats, like most of one model boats that you start setting up, that you see come through, people need help setting up?
It's going to be the VJs, man. That's especially here lately because, you know, a lot of this social media stuff and floating the nose and everything, everybody, you know, thinks it's cool to float the nose, but they definitely, you have to do a lot more setting up on a VJ to try to get it to do that. And it just wasn't built for that. But
why?
Right.
I mean, why they wanting to buy a VJ?
do what now?
How come they wanting to buy a VJ?
Because it's cheap.
Because it's cheap.
That's what I think.
Yeah. It was $2,000 cheaper than RDBST.
Yeah, and they're gonna spend that in setup.
Well, they're gonna spend $2,000 on jack plate.
That's 100% right. You know, it's almost like they almost cut the corner on the model they get, and then try to achieve what the the Mod 40s can get way easier. You know, and they spend more money in setup than anything.
But to their defense, it is hard to find a mod 40.
See, now that's a good point too.
Well, I
Bring
mean, you
that
got RDBSTs everywhere.
Yeah.
We
do.
build RDBSTs
Yeah, but-
once a month.
What's your go-to setup for? Say somebody brought you, Nick, a 1653 VJST, had a 50 horsepower 4-stroke on it. What's your go-to? Where do you start?
I mean, the ideal setup will be a 10-inch, you know, Bob's jack plate. Depending on what they're, you know, if they're all they're worried about is speed and they're trying to get the most out of the boat, the only way to achieve that is with like a heavy 10-inch jack plate setup.
Right,
that's correct.
The only issue that I've seen that what we've ran into, especially here lately, is a lot of people like the 6-inch Bobs for the kick. You know, the kick and jack. And when they come to buy the boat and you go over everything on the boat and what they're going to do with it, they just say, hey, I want a stable platform for hunting and fishing, and this is what I'm not really concerned about speed. That's why I bought a 50 Tatsu or a 40 Tatsu 4-stroke. And then what happens is, you know, they go to the sandbar and now all of a sudden their buddy has a Mod 40, and they're wondering why I can't trim out like he can, or what,
Yeah, but there's a $3,000 difference between the two.
Their priorities seem to shift. It's like seasonal, It's they like that good. They like that 6 inches of setback during hunting season, and it's good and stable and everything. But then as the seasons change, their priorities change. Now they want their boat to do something else.
Exactly.
I bet you what's happening that I hadn't even realized might be happening is, I bet you the VJST, like the VJ series boats, is a great starter package rig, and it gets them into the community, the duck boat community. They go to these sandbars, they're hanging out with other people that have duck boats and stuff. Then they start seeing what other boats are doing, and they try to go after that with what they have.
I'm confused on
currently.
why people think performance come with a cheaper price.
I don't know.
I mean, when I buy something, I always like, if I want the premium product,
you spend the money.
It's kind of like
money.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this.
Why is people trying to buy VJs and trying to toe to nose with them, Daryl?
They just want to save some money, man.
But they're not.
I know they're not.
End of the day.
I think what it is, they go in the dealership and they see, like, let's say, for instance, they go up to Nick's place, right? And they go to West Foreman's and they say, hey, I want a boat. They tell them, hey, this price of this boat. And they be like, oh, I can save $3,000 here. I'm just get that. I've heard a lot. But they don't realize that you're going to end up spending the same amount of money for what they're going to end up wanting to do.
And there's a lot of people, I get calls daily on this. There's a lot of people that don't know each hull's got a different degree hull.
I think it's our fault that we don't tell people more about the RDBSTs.
And more about the setup and the difference.
And the
between
degrees.
them.
I mean, they're
because
just totally, like 14 and 8's a big difference.
And there might be a problem, too, that our VJs are such a good boat.
It is a good damn boat.
It's
It's a cheaper model that's built out of 5086 alloy.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Still a good boat.
A lot of these custom boat builders out there charge thousands of dollars for 5086.
Nobody else does it.
And it's an upgrade. It's our standard material.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we're all learning.
And I think that it's mostly our fault, but I think that they hear that the VJSTs are lighter, and they assume that lighter means faster.
No way.
And it's not the case.
It ain't.
No, it's not the
And I
case.
tell customers on the daily that don't want to spend the money on like a 10-inch bobs. They've already got a Vance or a 6-inch.
That's
okay.
true.
Buy 4-inch setback plates. Put the plates on the boat. That way your jack plate's further back. It's more weight transfer.
More weight.
You don't
unless it's super.
You don't have to buy another.
Unless it's a
10-inch
super
setback.
wide jack plate though, a 14.5-inch jack plate. Now water comes off that box, especially if it's an RDBST. It comes off that box and hits that jack plate, and it causes.
No, I'm talking about
problems.
starting out with a 6 and then put 4 on
I
it
got
to
you.
give them 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have to spend the extra money to go buy a 10-inch jack
Yeah.
plate if you got a 6 already.
Yeah.
You can put 4-inch blocks on it.
Yeah. So Nick, are you seeing all this stuff too? Is customers confused about what to put on their boats?
Yeah, I mean, there's a beauty to having different models because you can reach more people, but at the same time, it's like the same. I'm doing this target archery stuff, and I go Thursday nights, and I'm shooting against guys with big fat shaft arrows and magnification and everything, and I'm at a disadvantage because they bought a tool that performs better at that particular thing.
Right.
Have you ordered yours
So-
yet?
That's like my
it's the
9,000
same.
Garmin. Go ahead.
It's the same. I mean, if you're wanting to float the nose, the RDBST or the Marsh Runner Mach 1 or the Mod 4, that is the hole to do that with.
It's going to be the most efficient hole too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. You don't want to bury the transom in the water.
I think if we can just do a better job directing people on what model suits them better from the get-go, I think it'll definitely help a lot of people out.
And
if
here
we can
late-
explain it to them.
And here lately, I have been getting a lot of calls about that. Hey, what model do you think I need?
Because there's so
we did a
many.
while ago.
Do you guys realize we get 40, 50 new customers every week?
Yeah, we get 40 or 50 new phone calls
And
daily,
Nick,
too.
And Nick, I hate to cut
Like
you
right now.
I hate to cut you off, man. We got our phone blowing up. People asking setup questions, man.
But
And for you guys that have any questions, you can also hit Nick West up. He's a setup specialist, right? This
Yes.
guy knows his stuff.
He does.
So Nick, thank you for calling, man. It's good talking to you, and
caller.
we'll keep taking calls.
Answer the one that's calling right now. See who it is.
Can I pee?
This is.
We can handle it if you want to. While we.
Can I pee?
No.
Okay.
I gotta pee really bad. Can we pee for
Can we,
real?
just,
Not you,
can we get some
motherfucker.
hoses and some funnels? Just
Dude,
over
we
here?
need some urinals up in here, dude.
You can answer then go pee.
All right, let's do one more call. Let's go.
All right, one more call.
Answer, then go
One
pee.
more call, guys, and we
Listen.
gotta take a pee
This
break.
guy's called 4 times. So
All right, let's hit him up.
It's got to be serious. Who is
Is
this?
this John Mallett?
match it.
Match it.
Mate.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Clock with B. Scott. I got Michael Shockley with me, Daryl Moore, and Tim Scott. Who are you and where are you calling from?
This is Andrew Matchett calling from currently in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. So what you got going on, man? You on Havoc?
Yeah, so I bought one back in late February, early March, first time. And I bought the 1756 MSTC.
1756 MSTC. All right.
Yep. I put a 60 Tohatsu on it.
Why did you build? Just asking. Why did you buy a 1756 MSTC with a 62 Hatsu?
Do what?
How come you buy that combination of both? Why didn't you buy DBST?
So I originally went in and when I went to the dealer, I priced out the DBST, and by the time I got back to the dealer, he didn't have that one anymore, but he had the MSTC there, so I went with it.
Okay,
Okay.
I got you. Makes sense.
I got you.
It's the same hole except for the ribs, I guess.
Well, it's also the way we weld the transom too is different.
It is. I wonder, does it have the inverted ribs or have
No,
it's
it'll have
inverted.
it'll have inverted keels. Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
inverted kill? Sorry, yeah.
Go ahead with your question. What you got going on, man?
So I was just curious on that one. The I don't know. I've got the aluminum prop that came on it, right?
Okay.
And it did fine. And I hit a little sand with it and kind of
Chewed
boogered
it
up the edges of it. But I mean, other than that, everything. I've been very, very well pleased with the boat, but it's my first time in any kind of bigger aluminum boat, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
And that's
get you.
good.
It's good.
You'll like it a lot more when you get you a stainless steel prop on there too.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a stainless steel prop.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
what pitch prop do you guys recommend for?
I mean, a 15 pitch all day long.
Oh yeah, for that big of a boat, 15.
Yeah, it came with an 11 by 16 on it.
Well,
And-
the aluminum prop is going to be a little lighter prop, so you can spin it with a higher pitch. The stainless is a little heavier prop, so you got to keep that in mind. We could tend to spin a heavier aluminum prop, a bigger pitch aluminum prop, because it's just a lighter prop itself.
Yeah, the material itself is lighter.
Yeah.
But it flexes, so
It does flex.
don't think you're going to lose speed going back to a 15 stainless, because you're probably not. You might actually even gain.
yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would go with a good 15 pitch stainless steel prop.
What about
got you.
what about setback? What are you running on that boat? Setback wise.
I'm running a 6-inch Bob's kicking jack on it. That's it.
That's all he's going to be able to get out of that boat.
That's what you get. You got the right setup.
Yeah, that's the right setup.
I think that definitely, you go and get a stainless prop. I think you'll be good.
Yeah. I mean, unless you come in other problems. But other than that, the props is the situation I see.
And especially if you're happy with the way it's running. I mean,
With that, if you're not happy with the way it's running with that prop, you're really going to be happy with the way it runs.
with a stainless, yeah.
Yeah, get you a Turbo 15 or
Yep.
even a YBS.
YBS,
A YBS 15 would be awesome.
Be great for it.
Heck yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, if you got any more questions, or appreciate you calling, and if you need more help, also on setting up your boat, you can always reach out to us, text us, call us, whatever, man. Michael Shockley, his number's on the website, and you can get a hold of him. He'd be more than happy to help you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man.
All
Like I
right,
said,
man. No problem.
Thanks for
Yes,
calling.
sir. You have a great day.
all right, you too. Thank you.
All right.
Yep, bye-bye.
Yeah, he'll like that stainless prop.
Oh, for sure.
It's like he already,
I
he already
listen.
loves his boat.
You know what's crazy?
If he liked it with that prop,
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, though? It's like, golly, you realize,
That's what this has opened my eyes to. I know what you're going to say.
we're always focused around the hate.
But there's a lot of guys who just don't know.
There's a lot of guys who don't know.
There's
They
a lot
don't
of people
care.
that love us.
I feel like an asshole.
God,
Well,
dude.
you are an
You're
asshole.
always bitching about, dude, he's always bitching about people hating on us, dude. It's like not everybody hates on us. We got some guys that actually
Maybe-
enjoy their boats.
Have y'all noticed no haters is called though?
I know. You know why no haters are called?
Because it ain't a keyboard. It's live shit.
Boom, I'm a badass. I was like, you ain't no
I know their next
badass.
excuse is gonna be.
What?
They're gonna say we did it while they were working.
Oh, good God.
It's okay. We're gonna do one at 7 o'clock at night. Nobody works at that.
We'll do one tonight. I try.
We're at work.
Yeah, we're at work. Yeah, well, that's what we do for a living, Shockley.
Wireless caller, here we come.
I would love some more ice on my drink, though.
I got to sniffle every time it like starts ringing. I don't want to sniffle in the mic because that's annoying.
I blink a lot.
Yeah. Sir blinks a lot.
Hello.
Hey, you're on Off the Clock with B Scott. I got Michael Shockley, Daryl Moore, and Tim Scott with
Really?
me. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm calling from Nashville.
Nashville,
Arkansas, or Tennessee?
Nope, Nashville, Tennessee.
You been on Broadway lately?
Heck yeah.
He didn't hear you.
He probably don't mess with Broadway.
Hey, you been on Broadway lately?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you guys too well. What'd you say? I apologize.
I said, have you been on Broadway lately?
Oh man, I try to stay far away from there.
I hear you.
It's fun every once in a while, but that wears off pretty quickly.
Oh, I guarantee it, man. So, do you own a Havoc?
Yeah. I have a 2021 VJ 1550. Absolutely love it. I have a stock 59 CI on the back of it with a Bob's kick and jack. And
nice.
yeah, I absolutely love it. I mean, I've thought about getting a new Havoc, but man, I've put that boat through hell and back, and she never lets me down. And yeah, I don't have to worry about beating her up. I could hunt her hard, and yeah, it's not the prettiest rig, but she definitely gets the job done.
That's awesome, man. So, is all you do with it is just hunt out of it? Do you ride the river with it, sandbar? Anything like that?
No, I ride the sandbar on it, and then I throw a trolling motor on there. Probably about around February for crappie fishing and just to fish. I like to fish for fun, but that's just about it. But yeah, I mean it does everything I needed to do the rest of the year.
So you hunt, fish, sandbar, beat on it, everything you can imagine on a VJ hole, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, so you fish, you sandbar, you hunt, you beat on it on a VJ.
Yep.
On a VJ hole.
What do you like about the VJ?
That's pretty good.
I mean, what do you like about the VJSTC?
What I like about it?
Have you had other models? Have you had other models?
No, I haven't had the other models. I would say really the biggest thing I like about the VJ is like the price point, right? Like you get into a Havoc for a good price, and you're going to get the same quality as a Havoc that you would with the other model. You're not sacrificing quality, but you just don't have all the bells and whistles.
Right.
And for a guy like me, I'm originally from New Jersey, moved down to Tennessee a couple of years ago, and just really got into duck hunting the past 2 years. So
that's awesome.
I didn't need something super fancy. I also didn't need something that was going to break the bank. So it does everything I needed to do, and I think that it was a good transition into in the duck boats and just tiller boats in general. It was a good jumping off point.
That's good.
That's good. It is good.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that.
You're definitely a good caller.
Yeah, I mean you're one of the best callers we have all day.
I mean, good Lord. You make sense,
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. Do you have any questions or anything like that about setup or anything?
Yeah, I mean, really, I would say when it comes to I really have two questions, and I know it's less about motors, but how do you think would I get a significant improvement for shelling out some money, getting maybe a hunt port build done to my motor, and then just prop recommendations? I was hunting down in Arkansas and chewed through a prop, so I had to make a last minute pit stop, and now I just have a 15 pitch Power Tech on there. I kind of just had to buy in the moment, needed something to hunt with. But yeah, I mean, I guess those are kind of be my two questions, prop recommendations, and then do you think it'd be worth it for, to look into a hunt port build?
Well, my opinion, I can go with my opinion. I know Me
and Tim's gonna have the same opinion.
All right, my opinion, and I'll let Shockley say something next, but absolutely get the motor built. But you need to go with the right setback, and you go with the right prop, and
the right builder.
the right builder,
Yes.
of course.
Definitely a lot of it.
But don't, once you get your motor built, you need to work on getting your boat balanced, and that's the key. Is getting your boat balanced. Once you get your boat balanced, you can put the power to the prop, and then you can pick prop. But you can't go wrong with a 16 YBS for hunting the woods. The turbos are good, the engines are good. But the most important part is get a builder to build your motor, balance your boat, then pick the prop. What are you gonna say, Shockley?
No, I agree with that 100%. Once you have your motor built, you're going to have a new prop anyway.
Yeah.
What I tell people every day is everybody's got buddies that's got props. Pick your buddy's props, figure out which one you need, which one runs best, and then buy one.
And if you can't, what I used to do when I first got my motor built is I would get on Facebook and just ask people, hey, I live in this area. I just got a motor built. I don't want to buy one. Does anybody want to meet me at the river? Let me try them. And a lot of guys will meet you there because they like running their boats anyway.
Yeah.
They'll put the prop on, let you run it real quick before you spend money. So that's also another thing.
But as far as the motor build, absolutely build your motor.
You got some good builders out there. You got Quentin Cuz Outboards. You
Westbrook.
got Westbrook.
Frank.
Frank West. You got a lot of good boat
There's
builders.
a lot of really, really, really good motor builders.
Motor builders, I mean boat builders,
Yeah.
but I'm the boat builder. Yeah, we're the boat builders.
We the boat builders.
Yeah, we're the boat builders. But anyways, yeah, you got a lot of good people out there building motors. You can go back on YouTube, watch the races. You can see kind of what we're talking about.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. I guess another question too is and this might have been asked already, but are you guys seeing a big difference between the 183 lowers versus the 2-to-1 lowers? Is that really just going to help with hole shot?
That depends, yes, but that depends on what you're going to be doing with it.
In your RPM range.
Are you racing? Are you just hunting it? Or
I definitely like to do a little bit of boat racing. I don't get too crazy about it. But
unless you're going to get...
We're talking about boat racing in the
sandbar racing.
Sandbar race, not in the woods racing.
I would stay away from the big gears.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, for what it sounds like to me, what you do with it, I would stay with the 183s.
Yeah, I would too. I wouldn't mess with the big gears.
And if you do any messing around, I would just mess with props.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest.
The prop game is big.
And then, once you get past that, you're already looking into, some of our performance holes past that. You're looking in the Mod 40. If you want to take racing serious, you will graduate from the 1550 VJ up to a Mod 40 or a Mach 1 or something we build that has, 14-degree bottom with the built-in setback that'll make it easier and more efficient on the water for speed.
Yeah.
I think what he's talking about racing, I think he's talking about the 4 o'clock races.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The hunting races, he
wants to get the hole, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
he don't need to
Hey, VJ will get down on turns.
Yeah.
That's where it's all about in the racing.
Yeah.
In the woods.
Yeah.
But,
Build your
That's a
motor.
good call. And I think that you're talking about the advantages of the VJ too. I feel like, driving for someone that doesn't have, I have experience driving bass boats, things like that, but still driving a tiller is a whole nother story. So, before I think, something for me is I want to get really comfortable, driving that boat before I looked at the DBSTs or really wanted to get crazy building the motors and stuff because, it's I'm putting my life at risk and, if I'm not being safe, I'm also putting other people's lives at risk. And I think
it doesn't get hairy till after you get past. DBSTs are pretty stable, pretty calm. You start getting the really fast boats and you get to the Mod 40s and the RDBSTs.
I think if performance is what you're after, because I haven't heard you really mention durability as far as jumping stuff, needing a heavy duty boat. So for what you're talking about, I would probably avoid going the DBST route if you're talking about performance. I would go
Sounds like
later
you got the right boat.
Later down the line, I would either go with the
RDBST.
VJ and then later down the road start transitioning into maybe a Mod 40 or something or RDBST.
So basically, it goes VJ is going to be the entry level. Then you got DBSTs, you get the RDBSTs, and you get the Mod 40s.
Right.
Then if you really want to, big boats, fast speeds, you go to the marsh runners.
Right.
That's how it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That's the best way
Well,
to put it.
I really appreciate you guys. I was just sitting here scrolling on Facebook and saw you guys on it. Yeah.
Awesome,
It was
dude.
Oozer Outlaw page, and I was like, you know what?
Awesome.
I'm stepping out of the office real quick. I'm tore up about.
Well, man, I'm
starting
glad.
to get tore up about some duck hunting again, and I was like, man, It's worth a call.
I'm glad to hear it, man. Hope you have a good day.
Call us anytime.
Yes, sir. You too. Have a good one.
All right, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Later.
All right, bye.
And we got another one. Did you get it? Hey, what's on? You're on Off the Clock with B. Scott. I got Michael Shockley with me, Daryl Moore, and Tim Scott. Who are you and where are you from?
Hello?
Oh, God.
Hey.
What you doing, man?
Yo, this is Quentin. What y'all up to?
Oh, my God.
Sound like
What's up, Quentin?
Sound like you was in a hurricane there for a second.
Dude, hey, Shockley says, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "Who is it?" It has to be Quentin.
Yeah, he was texting me.
Oh, was he?
He said, I've been
texting
called
me?
3 times.
You
What are
didn't-
y'all doing?
You didn't tell us.
I wasn't gonna, I was
You
going
didn't
to
tell
surprise
us.
y'all.
We were waiting on Quentin. to
What
call
you
us.
doing, Quentin? Man, you been staying busy or what?
Man, y'all are hard to hear.
I know it, man. Everybody's had
Everybody said that, dude.
You know, Daniel and Dave's gonna step the game up back there.
We got cricket today. We'll have AT&T
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week.
We right now we've made about $17 with the podcast, so we're gonna start up. You know, we'll probably put a tower up in the back here for long.
Damn.
I can't hear shit y'all are saying.
Are you serious? I wonder. I wonder what the deal is. You think it's a service? Of
Well, the last
building?
guy, like, he could hear us.
Yeah, he could.
I don't know. I think
Quentin's
I think,
probably just deaf.
Quentin races all the time. He can't hear shit.
No, he can't hear shit. Quentin, can you hear us?
It sounds like you're about 100 yards away from the phone.
Really?
Well, I mean,
I feel like I'm deep throating this damn mic.
I almost took a picture a while ago.
Really?
He's up in that thing. I'll tell you what.
Well, Quentin, what are you doing?
What boat do you run? Do you have any problems?
Huh?
Oh, God. Dude, we're gonna have to get rid of you, dude. You can't hear shit.
Cut.
I think it's Quentin's
Get
phone.
ready, Quentin.
Quentin got that Obama phone.
The fastest son. Quentin's the fastest son of a bitch in America, and he can't hear us. Hello, Quentin.
Huh?
Get him out of here.
Hang up. He can hear us.
Maybe he can't. He hung up.
Oh, did he? Maybe I'll call back. Hey, Quentin's fast.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, what's up with our telephone?
All right, maybe it's us.
No. I mean, because some people hear it and some people are like, great. So
Yeah.
it's like,
I've noticed they hear me better when I say something than when some of y'all say
He
something.
just
maybe
texted, he
your
texted me
phone
and said, I can't
recognized you.
hear shit.
All right, we got another caller, guys. Let's get him on the line. See what it's all about. And I think we still got 2 more people that have called in, which makes like 18 total.
Who is this
today.
we're calling?
1820, man. It's been pretty busy.
that's not counting the missed calls.
Yeah, we got a lot of missed calls, too. Jeez.
It used to be the last one because it's 12 o'clock. It's lunchtime.
They're gonna start calling now.
Yeah.
My phone's gonna be
We
ringing
should
for the next
definitely
12
do
hours.
one after 5 o'clock.
He said it sounds like a robot.
It's probably the service of my phone in here. Hey,
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
You could probably take it off Wi-Fi.
Somebody's calling.
Unknown caller.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, what's going on? You're off the clock with B. Scott. With me, I got Michael Shockley, Daryl Moore, and Tim Scott. Who are you and where are you from?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Patrick Sheffield. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. How y'all doing?
We're doing pretty
How you
good,
doing?
man. You own a Havoc?
Sir?
Do you own a Havoc?
Yeah, I do. I own an RDBST.
Sweet.
Heck yeah. What kind of setup you got on that boat?
So I have a 50 Yamaha on the back of this boat. And I've got
2-stroke or
a
4-stroke?
4-stroke. It's a brand new,
Okay.
brand new 50.
Okay.
How's it running?
It's running pretty good right now. I got a 6-inch Bob's kicking jack on it with a 4-inch spacer. So I'm running 10 inches of setback, which I know is a lot for that boat. But I'm running anywhere from 48 to 51 with a stock prop right now.
Like aluminum prop or stainless steel?
It's an aluminum prop.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
still running pretty good.
That's
though.
running pretty good. That's running surprisingly good.
It's still running good,
51,
man.
that's a good running boat.
Sounds like you got your balance point just right.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a really happy boat right here. You just need something in the prop department.
Yep, that's why I called. I was looking for some suggestions,
right.
prop wise. What y'all think I should look at?
I think
what
you can
what y'all
swing
think I should look
I think you
into?
can swing a 16 easy.
What size boat was it?
1553.
1553 RDBST
RDBST
with a 50 Yamaha 4-stroke.
6-inch Bob's kicking jack.
But he has a lot of setbacks, so you know he's running
I would try to find somebody that you know that's got a 15 and a 16. And
I think a 16. I mean, he's running that motor high, aren't you?
What are you thinking? Turbo? You thinking YBS? What?
I mean, obviously a YBS will pick the stern up, but
when you run your boat the most, are you by yourself or do you have people and stuff in there with you?
I'm sorry, it's a little hard to hear y'all. I'm at that work.
Everybody's saying
whenever you're running your boat, the majority of the time, are you by yourself or you got somebody in there with you, ice chest?
Majority of the time, I'm running with 2 people.
2 people?
Probably 15.
I would go with a 15.
Go with a 15.
Yeah, and it'd be really great if you had somebody just reach out on somebody on Facebook or whatever and be like, hey, I got this boat. I'm trying to run a 15 pitch to see what it does. That way you don't have to just buy one.
That's what
without knowing.
Yeah, get you a 15.
Good deal.
Get you a 15 turbo.
But I think that would definitely be good.
Or a 15 YBS might do it. A YBS is a good prop out of the box.
It is. I love them.
Absolutely.
Now let me ask you this: as far as those YBS are concerned, is it worth it to buy a real one?
Yes. Do not buy
Stay away from China.
Yes, and what you can do on Havoc Boats website, you go to our gear shop, and we actually sell them.
Yes.
In our gear shop, and you're not going to find it anywhere.
Matter of fact,
cheaper.
we'll make a special a code for you. Text us your name and number and everything. And we'll make a code for you and get you a good prop.
An additional,
We should discount on it. It's already cheaper than anywhere, like literally probably half price anywhere else.
And we'll get you a discount for calling in and telling us what you got and everything.
Yeah, shoot us a text message, your name, number, address, and all that stuff. You're looking for a 15 YBS, and we'll take care of you.
Good deal.
And you can text it to the number you called.
Yep. Text the number you called.
We'll make a code today. We'll send the code back to you. You punch that in there into our gear shop, and you can buy whatever you want.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, fellas.
No
Yes,
problem.
sir.
Hey,
You have a good one, man. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Later. Hey, you're on Off the Clock with B. Scott. I got Michael Shockley with me, Daryl Moore, and Tim Scott. Who are you and where are you from?
All right, y'all boys won, and you done got him. What's going on with y'all boys won, and y'all got him. What y'all doing over there?
Man, we just hanging out talking about setups, dude. What you got going on?
Man, I just got off the track, and I was on the tractor when I didn't see the post. Jamie had tagged me in it, and I reckon you had commented on it, and I seen it.
Oh,
I
Wesley.
reckon y'all going into overtime now. Look like y'all about an hour and a half over 12.
Everybody keeps calling Wesley, but it was a good opportunity to talk to you for sure.
Absolutely. I'm glad you called, man. So if you want to tell everybody, what is your boat? What model you got? What what's your setup looking like?
Man, I had one of those. I still got my drag, but I had one of those 5.3s. I don't know what was that thing.
A Mod 40?
Mod 40.
No, I didn't know. I had the RDBST. I was the C, just one that got the compartments on it. I got that from David over there at Southside. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. Hell, it didn't need no setup. All I did was put a jack plate on it. I think I put a kick plate on a 6-inch, one of the CMCs. You take the motor off of them, put the spring on it. I had one of them on there, put it on there normally. And I put my long shaft. Go ahead.
Why would you put one of them on there? That's the worst damn jack plate you could put on it.
But it sounds like it's running good.
Well, he can make anything run good.
That's what I'm talking
Man,
about.
when I first bought the boat, I put a short shaft 30 Yamaha on that thing, and it ran fine with that on around near 13 Solus. And with no setup on that, all I did was bolt the damn thing up and run it, and it ran perfect.
Wow.
I took got a long shaft 59 inch. Go ahead.
Wesley, what you been up to, man? You've been kind of quiet since you shaved your head years ago.
No, well, if y'all, I've been waiting on Tim to call me back. He's busy, man. I'm working on that drag again sometime this week. I said we're gonna call Tim and we'll call him till they answer.
We'll call him till they answer. Hey, sometimes you got to, man. If you
I'm
want
sorry,
it bad
man.
enough.
I'm sorry.
The guy's busy, man. I know he's busy. If I really needed him, I'd say, listen, I got to talk to you, and he'd answer the phone or he'd call me back. I know he's busy. I don't like to pester the man too much. But back to that 5.3, I had it was the RDBST, and I guess the C with the compartments, one rod holder in it. And boys always debating on the long and short. Hell, it didn't want to turn too much, but it being as big as boat as it is, a factory 30 Yamaha on it with a 13 Solus. plane it right off and ride just fine. And put the 59 on there and went to the long shaft, put it on the second hole in the motor. Rides, there ain't no setup to them. You put it on there and it rides perfect.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
It's a good boat. It's a really good
that
boat.
Mod 40 is such a
He's
forgiving.
RDBST. Yeah, he's running RDBST though. He's not running the Mod 40. The Mod 40.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about is the 5.3 of the RDBST.
Yeah.
You know, with the cutout in it.
Yeah.
6-inch setback. There ain't no setup to it. You put the damn motor on there, put your 15, 16 pitch black stainless on it, and it rides perfect. There ain't no setup to it.
Hey, Wesley, how come everybody on the internet having trouble setting these boats up? Why is that?
In your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, no. You know, we build a lot of boats, right? So, you know, a lot of guys know what they're doing. Some guys don't. But what could you tell people when they're setting a boat up? How can you help them?
Wesley, there?
I hear you, man. It's just a little hard for me to understand.
Okay, what he said was, he said, you see all these people online having a hard time setting their boats up. What could you tell them to kind of help them set their boats up?
What would be my advice to them?
Yeah, what would be your advice?
You want me to be honest?
Yes.
This is going to be fun.
I'd tell them it ain't the boat, dude, it's you. I'd tell them maybe you need a 4-stroke and you need to leave them 2 strokes alone because y'all trying to overdo it. The boats ride fine just like they are, and y'all expecting to run 70 miles an hour like you see these boys on these videos. I say the fact of the matter is your motor's not capable of that.
That's right.
And you got these off-the-wall builders, cocky, many ideas they got, and it ain't working for you, and you're sinking money into something that ain't going to work. I said, you just put a good running motor on there and put it where I told you to put it, it's going to ride perfect. And they don't understand that.
You smart man.
Yep, you're right.
You a smart man, Wesley. Well, I appreciate you calling, bud. We got callers coming in, and
I understand.
It's good talking to you,
it was
man.
awesome talking to you.
Great talking to you.
You know this is Tim Scott, right? I'm talking to you.
I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon, gentlemen. Tim, I'm going to call you later on this week and let you know what we got going on our end, see if we can't, get when y'all do come over here so we can have a good plan to accommodate everybody, make sure they have a good time.
Yes, sir. We'll have a party. We'll have a good time.
I'll see you boys soon. I appreciate y'all and everything.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir, Wesley.
All right, Wesley. You have a good one, bud. Later.
All right,
Later.
gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Dude, that dude right there is solid. I love that dude.
He is.
All right, guys, that wraps it up. It was fun talking to you guys about setups. We're going to do a lot more of this, guys. There's a lot of information, at this table that we need to get out to people, and a lot of that's our fault. We'll do a better job at it. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more like this, and don't forget, check out our gear shop. We got tons of new things. We got bikinis, sandbar stuff, towels, everything you might need is in there. So before we leave, though, we just hit 3,300 subscribers, which is huge, guys. Keep pumping this thing up. We'll keep making more content like this, and guys, thank you for everything. So that wraps this up. We'll catch you on the next one.